This episode of On the Delivery is brought to you by Haley Bug Creations. Any sticker or decal that you want, she can make. You want to customize? She can do that too. Check out her Etsy shop. The link is in the episode description. There you will find a large variety of different decals and stickers made from premium vinyl that is sure to last. So guys, get yourself or someone you know, a Schmedlex, Smiley, or whatever company they work for. Get them the sticker, okay? You will not be disappointed. They will not be disappointed by the quality of these decals. And now, let's get on with the show. What's up, everybody, and thank you for joining us on this episode of On the Delivery. This is episode 94. And guys, things are a little different this time around, okay? Because it's just me here. It's just me, okay? Luke and Ashley, got to give a huge congratulations to them because this day, as you guys are hearing it on a Monday, if you're listening on the release day, today is the day when they are having their child. And we cannot be happier over here. The On the Delivery podcast crew, everybody, we're so excited for them. So we ended up pre-recording a couple interviews. So let me explain this one to you guys real quick, okay? This interview, you guys may have seen him on Instagram, on TikTok. He is that fine skin Samoan, beautiful curly long hair. That's right, I'm talking about the hot delivery driver, guys. You've seen him on Instagram, TikTok. You've seen him on the socials, I'm sure. And it was awesome. Such an awesome interview. Such an awesome human being. And we had such a great time interviewing him. And one thing, guys, just a little note. Please stay for the entire thing because he tells a very heroic story at the end of his interview. And you can tell it was hard for him to talk about. And also just as we were interviewing him, seeing him, you can tell it was hard for him to talk about. And so yeah, that one will definitely tug on the heartstrings, guys. And yeah, we hope you enjoy it. So but first, just got to say, this interview is brought to you by you guys, our Patreon subscribers. So thank you guys so much. Huge shout out to Tony, Sam V, Ashley, Andrew, Fernando, Nate, Clement, Tad, Luke, Ryan, Will, Chuck, Jacob, Sean, David, and Kayla. Thank you guys so much for your continued support. And yeah, we hope you guys enjoy this interview. So without further ado, here it is. Here is our interview with Jeremy, the hot delivery driver. So our guest today, guys, he is all the way from the West Coast, on the other side from where Luke and I are. He is from San Diego, California. You guys may have seen those videos of him in his long curly hair. Guys, he goes by the name The Hot Delivery Driver on Instagram, also TikTok, I believe, as well. Guys, please give it up for Jeremy. Jeremy, how are you?
Well, hello. Welcome. Hello, everybody. Hi. And my daughter says hello. Hello. She's here with me. She's here with me tonight.
Oh, dude. I'm so glad we were able to get this worked out, man. This is going to be awesome.
Yeah, man. We appreciate you coming on. And like I was telling you right before we came on, I said it's so fitting for me. Like I was telling you, because I'm a few steps away from being an official girl dad. So it's here, Dave, man. It makes me. I'm at the point like I'm obviously nervous, but I F-bomb a lot, and it's hard for me. I try my best not to, because daughter's got the headphones on, so I'm not going to F-bomb right now. But I
You're
just
good.
say,
No. So you're good.
Oh, okay, nice,
Ear,
good.
So you're good to go.
I didn't want to say fuck. I didn't want to see her with the headphones on. Okay, fucking, because I say fuck a good bit, but it's all good. But no, I'm at the part where I'm just like, dude, I'm excited and ready, man. Like it's because it's gotten to be like, I guess it's not real yet. You two can obviously, you know what I'm talking about, what I'm not talking about, because I don't know it yet. But yeah, man, I'm fucking pumped.
Hell yeah. So, where to start? So tell us a little bit about yourself, man. Have you always lived in San Diego?
No, I'm actually from it's a place called Riverside County. It's right above San Diego. So it's like in between LA and San Diego, but like inland. So part of the Inland Empire is where I'm from. But my parents, they actually lived in northern San Diego. So I grew up with my aunt and my uncle. So I used to go down and be in San Diego a lot. That's my mom.
Awesome.
And like my weather by me, where I grew up, was like 100, 103. And then here, like North County, San Diego, it's more like 80, 90. You know what I mean?
All right.
You know, slowly but surely, I made my way down, and I'm never going back. You know? Sorry, I'm out. You know.
No, man, that's awesome.
Dude, I can say that when I see some of the temperatures from some of the drivers, like when I see around, I'm not sure exactly where at in Arizona Cole's at, but they're like, it's just, what was it? 109. He tagged me in a thing the other day because I got a new truck. I got a brand new truck. I've never had a truck with like seeing double-digit miles on it. It was, it'll be shiny for 5 minutes. It's probably already done. But I got the button where I've got dual fans, and I'm showing him this, and he's like, check this out. 109 degrees, fans don't work. I'm like, dude, it's 68 degrees where I'm at. I feel like such an asshole. I'm like, wow. Yeah, triple digit, man.
Dude, and that's that. Dude, that's that dry. That's just that dry, hot weather, and
Yeah, I don't want nothing to do with no 100-degree weather. No thanks.
No way.
You know?
No way.
I'll stay in my 80s. The 80s, I'm cool right there. I'm right there. 80s. Leave me right there.
So it's awesome with that though, because you realize, Dave, because that's basically what it'll get. It's normally 80s and 90s because he's a little north of me in New York, but that would, just think of this, Dave. It would be like, because you don't have to deal with snow, right? It doesn't snow in your area, correct? No. So think about that, Dave. If it stayed our summers, but you don't. Yeah. That's all. I mean, this may be the best weather of any driver we've had on, just to say, because you don't have to worry about the winter.
I'm right by the beach too.
Yeah, so
and
he's right by the beach.
Breathing in. We got the coast breathing in, and it's nice,
Dude, I put chains on my tires so many times this past winter. So I dude, that's awesome. I don't ever get like, that doesn't make me envious of anybody. The locations we're at where we're at, it's just the way. I mean, that's what I always tell people here. Like, we have drivers here when it snows real bad. We call them the snowflake crew. Shout out. They know who they are. But I always say, I'm like, we can't get mad. We know where we're at. We know it's going to snow here. So, it is what it is. But yeah, weather wise, and by the beach. Yeah, that might have Andy Von 6 speed even, because her routes are pretty similar. Yeah. That's good.
That's good.
My route's actually on it's on a military base, so I get a little bit of the coast, a little bit of the Marines, chill with the Marines, and then back to the hub we go.
Nice.
Oh, dude, that's awesome. Wait. So like, it's like how much of your day is spent delivering to the base?
It depends. So sometimes all day, sometimes, because they have like resi on base.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So you got to do, like, base is kind of crazy because at first, like, before, I know you have the 6. I listen to podcasts when you got your 6. Like when we got the 5, like even when we got the map nav on the 5, it didn't work on the base, and your GPS used to not work on the base either. So I used to like really Thomas guide it. That's what the old guys would call it. Thomas guide. I'm like, nah, I'm gonna wing it. I'm over here looking at pictures on my phone trying to figure it out. That was me. I was like, I'm not getting no Thomas guide. But
wait, so like, do they have like GPS blockers or something like over there? And
well, yeah, because I mean it's the base, so you're not. You know what I mean? You're kind of not allowed. Like you got to get a pass and everything to be able to get on.
Right.
Like if you had any felony or something like that, nope, you're not allowed. The government will kick you out.
Oh,
so like,
shit.
It's pretty cool. It's cool, man. It makes me feel safe because I see all the helicopters.
Yeah, dude.
Tanks driving around, amphibious vehicles. I'm like, I like these guys, dude.
That is pretty badass.
Yeah, dude, that's awesome.
Pretty cool.
So
like I'll go to the ranges and stuff, and like they have these huge towers, and there's one guy at the top, and he'll order paper. I'm like, whatever, it's huge, and there's no elevator, and you're just gonna log that paper up to the top at the ranges. It's cool. I like the base. I fell in love with the base,
That's awesome.
And so I'm happy right where I'm at.
And how long have you been on that route?
I actually just got it. I lucked out too because Amazon in my area, they tried to open up a fulfillment center, and they shut it down. The city shut it down, so they pulled all the Amazon out. And so we got hit hard, like peak numbers randomly, like a route that used to do 100. Now you're like damn near close to 300. Like, and it was bad. So they had to put these split routes in because Amazon was out. And right when they put my route in, Amazon came back. So my route disappeared. So like I kind of float around, but at the same time I have, you know what I mean? I'm like border, you know what I mean? I'm in and out, So I'm like, a couple cleanup days don't hurt, I like those days, E-reg days.
Of course.
I always, the route that I have, that was sort of the original reason why I took it, because it wasn't on all the time, but it is now. It's been like that, but at first it wasn't, but now it's changed. But yeah, I always like, I enjoyed covering when I did for years. And I like seeing, I like changing up, but having your own route is still, you can't, no matter what, you can't beat it. You know what I mean? You can't, when I finally got a route was right when fucking COVID happened. That's when I promised my wife, because I was building time, and I kept but like when you cover, you don't know where you'll be at. So I finally told her, was like, I'll get a route, and you can at least, when you have your own route, you can at the very least play, you might be slammed, but you know what you're dealing with. You know what I mean? You're not going to be on a route with 200 more miles the next day. You know what I mean? So it's just, you can't beat it. I'd always say I'd go back to cover in 1 year just to do it again, but I won't. That's a bluff.
That's a bluff.
Say bye-bye. Say bye-bye. I think somebody's taking off for the night.
Oh, boy.
Bye-bye.
That's awesome. Yeah, it is always nice to have your own route. I mean, I know I've always said it multiple times on here. It's great because then you know where you're gonna be that day. You know the area. Like, it sucked covering, man. I hated it, dude. Always calling in always going into work, and then you're finding out where you're gonna be that day. You're like, God damn it.
See, I wouldn't even call. I would show up and just be. But I got the photographic memory though. But I was tailor made to cover drive. I think they were upset when I finally quit, because I got that weird. I couldn't give anybody directions, but if I looked at it in diad board, I could just it clicked. But yeah, I don't know. I at the time, like I said, that was before MapNav and cradles and shit. So it's different times. It's different times now.
I miss him. My boy Ed.
Yeah, right.
100%. So how'd you end up getting started with the company?
Kind of crazy story. My cousin got me the job,
Okay.
And so I used to work with like kids with special needs. Mm-hmm. And then I got my cousin a job, and then unfortunately he got me fired. It was an accident. Some miscommunication came down, and I covered something for him that's technically I wasn't supposed to, you know what I mean? But I did it for him anyways, and the paperwork didn't match, and so I got in trouble and I got fired. And unfortunately, my boss at the time, she didn't really like me, because she had me cover a shift, and I told her that I couldn't do it, and she was really mad. So at that place, like, you used to do like 12-hour days, right? And like, come here, mama, so you can come over here. But like, so say I work there, you work there, and then you call in. I have to stay there with the kids. You know what I mean? Because you can't leave the kids by themselves. So if you call in on me, I'm going to stay there 2 days. You know what I mean? The whole, that's legit. And then so basically she got stuck there for a day and a half. And sometimes it does happen. And whoever's the manager has to cover it. So sorry, that's why you get paid more than me. You know what I mean? So she tried to call me. And I was like, nah, I don't care how many days you're there. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to do it. And so she held that grudge on me. And she finally got to fire me. So she fired me. And then my cousin's cousin worked at I was like, let me get my cousin just so my cousin's, he's not my cousin. I don't know. This is that second cousin. It's kind of weird. My second cousin got my cousin a job, and then he got me a job. So now we're square. You know, we're squared up. You know, that was a way better job. You know.
Yeah. And now you're trying not to get him fired.
No, everybody. You know how it goes. Everybody quits. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
The turnover. It'll slowly my squad. You know. And it's like, I'm like the one that stayed. I'm the guy who stayed.
We had this guy. There's a few people I went to high school with I think there's maybe one that I was in there or two. But anyways, we vouched for this guy that we went to school with. We all were freeloaders. Like, guy's a hard worker, man. He won't quit. He's been working, blah, blah, blah. They hired him and he made it. I think he made it a day and a half. And I always laugh so hard at that. But yeah, the turnover is, yeah, that's funny.
I stopped putting my friends in because they all quit on me. You know, I'm like, I'm not giving nobody. I'm like, my name is so burnt now. Like, they're like, look at mine. Oh, Jeremy sent them? Nah. I'm like, dang. I'm like, I'm not putting anybody in. I'm sorry.
Yeah, who's your referral? Jeremy? No. No. This is great.
I had a guy quit. Like, he got the job because, you know what I mean? You kind of already have the job if someone puts you in, you know? And on orientation, he didn't show up. He quit the day of orientation. He didn't even show up for orientation. And me and my other friend were like riding real hard for this guy. Like, going out of my way, going up the stairs to the office. Hey, this is the guy. Call him. You know, he's ready. Yeah. I'm like, man, you made me look so dumb, dude. I'm done. I'm going to get nobody else. I'm giving nobody else a chance.
Unreal. And you worked there for 10 years, right? You said?
10 years. Yeah, 10 years. I think this 14th. Is it the 14th? Or next 4th. No, it's July 14th, I think. 10 years. It went by fast, dude. It's crazy.
Dude, it does, man.
Did you go straight to driving off the road, or did you work like...
No. I actually did all the shifts. I double shifted for a little bit too, like during peak, but I started on Twilight. And then slowly but surely got a little taste of preload.
Yep. I
actually, like back in the day, you know, I did all 3 shifts, dude. All driver help. We would do it all, man. Like, I was for life right there, you know? Yeah. But that's when I realized it's too much work, you know? Like, for all the part-timers that listen in, like, get an easy job, dude. I used to sell handbags, like purses and stuff.
Really?
I sell purses at the mall during the day and work Twilight at night. And that was a perfect juggle of AC and hard work. And then maybe the gym after. That's good. It was a nice setup.
That's what I did the same thing. The last part-time job I had, I did. I worked at, they call them like hot spots here, but basically they're just like slot machine, like gambling places. And I sat people they wanted, I was kind of a bartender that was not really a bartender. I just served people some beer and had some chips and shit. I wouldn't call myself a bartender, but before that, I was delivering appliances for Sears in the afternoon, and that was not smart for all the part-timers out there. Like, do what Jeremy said. Easy shit. Don't because you're just beating yourself up even more. I love doing that job. It was easy because we got paid by delivery. So if we got done in like 10 minutes, we got the paid if it took an hour. But still, you know, move. That's a lot of That's too much manual labor.
It's a lot of wear and tear, and you're not even a driver yet. You know?
No, dude, yeah, I was doing that, but I was doing that before I was a driver. Exactly.
You don't even know what you're getting yourself into.
Yeah, dude, my knees were just sitting there watching me carry these refrigerators with this guy. Like, yeah, man, thanks.
Yeah, hey, I don't need the dolly, dude. I don't need the dolly. I'm fine. I'm like, hey.
And so, how long have you been driving for?
I think this will be my 5th year.
Awesome.
Yeah, we're RPCD now. You know, RPCD top scale. We're set now.
Nice.
Finally see it. You know,
Nice.
get to see it.
Hell yeah.
See what this job really is about now. You know.
Right. Exactly, dude. Exactly. That's awesome. And so I mean, I got something quick here. I think one of the biggest things I wanted to know was how did you come up with your social names? Fucking, I mean, it's ballsy. It's ballsy, and I mean, it's hysterical too.
So when I used to work at the mall, right? I used to work at Coach, right? So 10, I basically sold handbags to girls. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I know leather, and I work with girls. I talk to girls all day, and I sell bags to girls. And one time we're in the back, and me and my cousin who got me a job he also got me a job at Coach. So we're in the back. We would do it together. You know what I mean? We were double job, and we would process the handbags in the back, right? So if you get your girl a handbag, I will take all the stuff out of it, make sure it's all good, right?
Yep.
And so we're processing all the bags in the back, and a driver rolls up, right? One of my good friends, his name's Joey, right? And Joey, he's a handsome looking dude, Yeah. And when he pulls up, they're like, "Who's the hot guy out there?" I was like, "You talking about me?" You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I didn't know he was behind me. He was behind me. So I'm like, "Yeah, I'm not even a driver yet." Yeah. They're like, "Dummy, get out of the way." You know what I mean? And I turn around and I was like, "Oh, Joey?" And they're like, "Oh my God, I'm gonna go in the bathroom real quick. Hopefully he comes to get a package." And I was like, You did not just call my boy Joey the hot driver, And so after that, unfortunately, my boy Joe, he passed away last year. So he's the OG, rest in peace. But he's the OG hot hot And so when I was making, because I was like, TikTok's lame, you know what I mean? I'm not gonna do that, And I'm like, I'll just post pictures and that's it, whatever. And one of my boys was like, "Come on, just do TikTok. Trust me, it'll be funny." And I was like, "All right, I guess I'll pull that card out, the hot driver." And so that's my name at first, but I got in trouble because I posted a fight video, so they made me take it out of my name. So now I'm the hot delivery driver.
I got you, dude. Yeah. I can.
They made me take it out. I had to sign a thing, and so this is what I was going to warn you guys. Be careful what you post because they are watching, and they actually updated our social media guidelines last year or a year, no, right before COVID. Because before it was like a regular thing online, but now it looks like a PowerPoint thing now. So I was go back and read that, you know what I mean? Because it's technically what you do on and off the clock, on and off, like social media. You know what I mean? It's kind of, you got to watch what you say. So I only do PG-13 videos now. But on Facebook, I uploaded I re-uploaded a video of this guy with a ponytail. And it's like a crackhead who runs up on him. And then the guy, have you guys seen the video of the driver fighting?
Oh yeah. I've seen that.
Ponytail?
Yes.
Yeah. So
I saw that.
I threw it in the group chats on on Facebook groups, and it was at like 40,000. And I get a call from my on-road like, "Hey, did you upload a video?" And I was like, "Whoa, I upload a lot of videos." You know what I mean? And then he's like, "Did you upload this video with this guy fighting?" And I was like, "No, I re-uploaded the video." You know what I mean? And I put it in the question. So it's like, what do you do in this type of situation? Because that stuff happens, you know what I mean?
Sure.
So I put it as a question to everybody, open discussion to answer, and they still got mad. And I got flagged for something dumb. So I was like, whatever, sign the paper, delete it out of my name. I'll be the hot delivery driver. It actually works better anyways. You know what I mean?
Dude, I remember that video now because I remember the question. I didn't realize that was you that posted that.
That was me. Yeah.
I remember that because
they got all crazy. Because I posted the question in there, and everybody commented on it.
Because I remember somebody, because I remember, I forget how I even, I think somebody, because I normally on the Facebook groups, I'm not in too many of them. I think I've always kind of, I don't know, I'm not on Facebook that much. I have my personal page, but I think somebody sent that to me, like sent it to me in a DM on Instagram, because I remember seeing that. And then I think when I had to go to Facebook to look at it. But yeah, dude, I remember, because I boxed for a long time. It's like, man, somebody comes up, man, it's fair. I'm not as young as I used to be, man, but I'm still young enough where I could whip somebody's ass if I needed to, man. It would be hard to not want to. I mean, I don't know. You gotta protect yourself. You never know if somebody's got a weapon on them or anything. But dude, yeah, I mean, to answer that, since you literally posted that, it's so crazy. Now I totally remember that. But
I had to delete it though. But it was up. It had like 40,000 views going, and it just started catching fire. So I was like, "Oh, this is gonna be a winner," because I made a whole hot delivery driver Facebook for it, just so I could start throwing my content on there, just to try and stretch me out. You know what I mean? Trying to make myself grow. And so now I'm the hot delivery driver. But that's how I got the name. It was actually my boy's name.
Well, that's
I'm number 2.
There you go.
That was before I had got your email and stuff, because when I first was telling Dave when I was getting it, like we were working it out to when you would set this up. He was like, "Do you know his name?" I was like, "No, not right now." I was like, so for a while, I was like, "It's just the hot." I was like, "We got to see the hot delivery driver." I was like, "Dude," I told Dave, I was like, "Jesus," I was like, "I bet we've said." I was like, "How many times do you think we?" I was like, "There's probably never been a time," but then it was fucking dude. It is a. I mean it. What you put on TikTok and stuff, the like persona, dude, it fits you perfect, man. It does, dude. I mean, you got it's like we had our, because I didn't really know when we didn't really, I don't know when we decided to try to put TikTok on the podcast page, but the only thing that really launched ours was this mean as fuck dog that it wasn't anything that I'd put up or anything they put up. It was me just putting it, like narrating a story, and I just happened to have a video footage of this dog that is just looks like the dog from Sandlot. And that was we went from there. But I get, dude, TikTok's a rabbit hole, man. I gotta, like, you get lost on TikTok. Holy shit. You can sit there and see. So I mean, it's awesome, but it's at the same time.
It's funny you mentioned about how they had you take it down, because when I first started, and it was my first peak season, I ended up writing a parody song, and it was called "Is Coming to Town." And I made a complete video, like music video for it. And some of the stuff was shot when I was off the clock. Some of it was shot when I was on the road, you know. And this was 9 years ago. And you know, I created just like you said, you know, you create your Facebook page, you know, like I created this YouTube account just for like these parody songs like I was gonna start doing. And you know, the first day I put it up, like in like the first hour, it's got over 1,000 views. Everybody's on Facebook's fucking sharing it, and all the, you know, and all the group pages and everything like that. And I'm on the road and I'm watching. I was like, holy shit, like this is like crazy, right? And then all of a sudden it's like 10:30 at night. I got a phone call from my center manager. It's like, yo, I need you to take that video down. I was like, why? And he's like, because my boss called me, he saw it, and you know, I need you to take it down. I was like, God damn it. God, they always got to ruin the fun. You know, they've always got to ruin the fun. But
I have a couple of my homies who can't post in the Browns now because of some of the videos they've posted. Like you cannot post in your Browns. And
so what? They got in trouble for posting stuff before?
Yeah.
In the Browns, and now
in the Browns, and now they can't.
They said no more.
Then I'm like, shit. But like some of the videos, like, I mean, I would not do that in a professional setting. You wouldn't, you know what I mean?
Sure.
Like, you gotta watch. Like, why would you do that, bro? You're kind of asking for it. some of those trends are funny. Don't get me wrong, they're hilarious, but don't do it in your Browns. Put your black shirt on.
I always, that's one thing I've always done. It's fun, like because like with your name, when you said you started it was the hot, like you had to leave the hot driver, make it delivery driver. That was like on it. That's why I put delivery, because when I was a cover driver, that's why my name on Instagram was Nomad Delivery Guy, because I was going to put like Nomad. Yeah, I was going to include that, but then I was like, fuck. There's one thing I've always steered. I've never really shown, but it's not like you would know what I work for, but I don't do as bad. I'm not as bad as I used to be. If you look at my videos like 2 years ago or 3 years ago, they were real bad. Like those are the ones that they would, I don't really, but man, it's, we had a guy on a while back, Earl, shout out to Earl. He worked with Dave, and he was like right when all this first got started. And, we were just talking. Well, never, I was saying we were just talking, never mind. I was talking when we were talking in person. But yeah, like, first one, he was the first one. He got basically, long story short on that one, he got fired for a video that was pretty, for now, for all, like in this era, they wouldn't get fired. You wouldn't think, would you, Dave? Especially like if it didn't go.
Maybe.
So basically he was delivering a sled. We can say it now, can we not? I don't know. At the time, because he's still going anyway. He wrote
anyway. Yeah. So he was.
Go ahead and say it, Dave. Yeah.
He made a video. He was delivering like one of those like legit like red wooden sleds,
like runner sleds.
Yeah,
like old school ones.
Runner like snow sleds. And he wrote it down. He literally, it wasn't in a box, nothing. It was just a sled. It was just a sled, and he literally wrote it down the customer's driveway. And he like recorded himself doing it, and like the customer comes out like cracking up hysterically, like that was awesome, and the customer loved it. But guess who didn't?
Yeah.
And,
everybody would have loved it, but there's no.
Exactly.
One thing
he's not gonna like that one.
One thing you both said, like both of you said, it was the same way it ended when you both, like with this Facebook videos gaining ground. You both got the phone call. It's like the train gets stopped in the tracks. But man.
Yeah, so I was bummed, but I was like, whatever, change it, whatever. There's a loophole out of this, you know what I mean? And I had my shop steward in there with me, and so like he was ready to go to war. Like, you better take every single one down if you're gonna take me out. Like he was ready to go. Like, I want every single person on the internet like taking. I'm like, okay, I like this, I feel good.
And I mean, there's some very popular ones.
Yeah,
out there. You know what I mean? They post a lot of stuff, and they're full uniform. They're in the back of their trucks, they're everywhere with it, and it's just like, holy.
So like with your TikTok page, like do they ever try to say do they ever say anything to you, be like making try to like make sure you're like punched out on break or anything, or have they kind of backed off of you with that stuff? Because I'm just saying, because
hit me once.
Okay.
They only hit me once for that one video, but yeah, no, you just got to shoot it on your breaks and your lunches, and you're fine. That's from what I've, from what I've gathered. This is my own personal, you know what I mean? But yeah, no, they follow me. UPS follows me on TikTok. I'll try to get them to follow me on Instagram, because they have a bigger. I have more followers than they do on TikTok. So I'm like, dang, yeah, I'm big brother, homie. You're the little brother.
Right. Yeah, who's got the PR power on TikTok? Yeah, right. I got you.
Exactly. No, but speaking of all that, so is his name, because I've seen you do videos with him, the FedEx guy,
Sando? My boy, yeah.
So are you guys in the same area? Like, is he from the same?
He's in LA, man. He's actually from Washington. He's a Washingtonian. Yeah, okay. But we kind of just had a meetup, and then end up being homies. And so whenever we get a chance to do like cool like delivery squad videos, we try and just link up.
Yeah, no,
but
that's
yeah,
awesome.
He's doing big, dude. He's doing big time things. So I'm actually trying to catch up to him. I'm like, damn, it's a long road, but it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool, like to see that side. You know what I mean? That you could actually do it.
Yeah.
Like TikTok's so crazy that like a regular guy like you and me, we can do whatever we want on the, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And really take it to the moon and really make some money.
Yeah.
I actually just got check this bad boy out. I got this printer to shoot my own merch. Okay. That's about to come soon. I just finally set it up. It took a while, but that's all coming soon. You know what I mean?
That's
like
awesome, dude.
We're doing it all, you know?
Yeah, no, absolutely.
I haven't got it down yet, but you know, I'll send some out your way, guys. I'll send some merch out your way. I'll let you know when it's ready.
Absolutely.
Don't worry, we'll definitely send some of ours too, buddy. So for sure. No, but like I mean, that was pretty cool because I remember seeing like one of like was it his first video of him doing like that one song and he's doing his little like wiggle dance
twist, and,
like clapping
and twist.
Yeah. He even named it? I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's called the sandal twist, dude.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah.
Right. And then like I saw his other videos too where he incorporated literally like there's somebody from that's in an Amazon, Get Up, DHL, and then you know obviously you guys and yeah, dude, that's pretty fucking awesome. Pretty cool.
Yeah. Thanks to him, he gave me my biggest video, dude. They gave me 8 million. Like we did a squad video, I hit 8 million views. I was like, dang, like awesome. Crazy. You know what I mean? Like, whoa.
Yeah, dude. That's it.
Awesome.
That shit, dude. I don't even like. When you have a video that hits 8 million views, you just got to do you have to turn your notifications off, or is that shit is it just absolutely? Is it just like, you wake up, your battery's like
swipe it down, and it like you swipe it down, and it'll say 9999, and you swipe it again, and it'll go 999. Like in 1 second, it'll go 9999. And you swipe it, it's crazy to watch. I turn the volume off, and I'm just like, what? I should like, this is insane. Fuck. You know what I mean? Like, but it's weird because it kind of gives you this little itch. Like, I want that again. Like, what can I do now? Let me get a 10 million. Can I do a 12? Right. You know what I mean?
You want to up it.
So you kind of. Exactly. You know what I mean? Yeah. You start fighting yourself to try and be better or do something better.
Hell yeah. That's sick.
It's crazy. It's kind of addicting, you know?
Yeah. But, sure.
They're the reasons why I actually started because my friend, he invited me because he was Sandal's friend, right? My boy Joe. And he's like, yo, Jeremy, we used to work out in my garage. And he's like, I have this meet in February. It's in LA. It's in Hollywood. Like, just come, dude. Just come. I'm like, TikTok, dude. Nah, you know, I'm still like, nah, that's lame, dude. Those are for kids. And we went, and we did a dance battle video, and I had a blast just shooting content. I was in everybody's video, but I didn't have one. So I was like, you know what? Like, let me make one, dude. But we had guys from Arizona, Texas. Who else came? There was a whole bunch of people just flew in to shoot a video with Sando. And so we had a whole bunch of people. And then it's like, we get to see all the other carriers, you know what I mean? So I'm like, I got some Amazon homies now.
Yeah, that's dope.
Like, nobody really talks about DHL, but hey, I see you guys, you know what I mean? You're in here.
We have one, well, at least one that we know of, one listener who comments on like a lot of the stuff we post, who's actually
he's active on the Instagram page. Shout out to Rick, buddy.
Yeah, Rick.
Yeah. We don't know. We don't know, even if he isn't our one and only DHL listener. If there's other of you, we appreciate you, but he's the most active. He's the one we know. Yeah. the old yellow and red. Oh shit.
Oh, dude, that's awesome though.
I didn't really know who they were, you know.
Dude,
the videos and my voice, I'm like,
it's almost it's so many people now, dude. Because it's so weird. Even like when you see one of the vans, it's like, oh look at DH. Yeah, I know, man. That's it. I shouldn't say it like that, but yeah, I don't see too many of them my way. I see less and less than I did.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. That's awesome. So let's go ahead, Luke.
I had to bring it up because of me being the football guy, and we found out right before we started recording. So Troy Polamalu, you said was your hero. Was that
Yeah.
was it's a childhood hero?
Our hair touched, dude. That's why I think my hair grew. I think it instantly grew 2 inches once it touched.
See, Dave, I should have been a Steelers fan, dude. I might have not went bald, dude.
Man, that's hair there, bud.
I used to be a traffic controller, and I was a traffic controller at a gun show.
Okay.
And he pulled up in an all-black van, Pittsburgh plates, and he rolls up, and I'm like, to my glasses, I was like, Troy, it's Troy. I was like, everybody clear the street. Like, Troy, Troy right. Troy in, dude. Yeah. And he parked his van in the middle of the street. I was like, oh, Troy. Oh, I hate to be a fan, but I was like, I'm sorry. Troy, man, you're my hero. You're my hero. I was like, my bad. Awesome. You mind if we take a picture? Took a little selfie with him. I looked retarded, but I didn't care. I was like, yeah, I got it. I got the
That's
picture.
Awesome.
Well, dude, I mean, it would be hard. Like, I don't know if he used to play for Tampa Bay. He retired in the early 2000s. Mike Allstott was probably Mike Allstott, or maybe even, I mean, them teams back in the day, I could say Warren Sapp or Derek Brooks. There's a few of them, but I would probably act the same way. I would try like my hardest not to act like it's like a fucking goob, but I know I would. I'd be like, shit, yeah, dude. I'd be the same fucking way.
Star power hit me.
Yeah, dude.
Funny. I'm like, Dad, totally did not look cool in front of Troy, but whatever.
No, and like I was saying, the Steeler base is huge where I'm at. So I thought it was just that was so you've then that's kind of how I was. Like, I was in the NBA. I was always as a kid. Barkley was my fucking favorite player. Barkley's last team was the Houston Rockets. So I've kind of always, I don't really watch the NBA that much, but I still always, I watched a lot of the NBA, but I don't watch a lot of Rockets games, but I try to, like, because he's not, but so you've stayed a Steeler fan though for Troy.
Yeah. Now I'm stuck. Now I'm here. I feel like it'd be weird to change now. You know what I mean? Like,
well, the fan base, I would say, most people would probably say Dallas, but honestly, I think the Steelers have they might have the biggest fan base in football.
Dude, our tickets are so expensive, dude. I'm like, I hate to pay it, but I'm gonna pay it. Like,
yeah, they have a huge when they go on the road, they always travel well. Because like I was saying before, they're on TV here every Sunday, so I always watch them. And they anywhere they go, they normally, I mean, You'll see some towels. You know what I mean? It's not like you'll see a few. They always do travel well. But yeah, man, as I was saying, for all the listeners out there, I would say I don't know if any football people. Shout out to Ernie Martinez. You may have a different opinion, but Troy Polamalu, greatest safety, one of the best of all time.
Safety.
Dude would be absolutely he would be the fine, and whoever does the fines in the NFL now, he would be like their wet dream now. But he would, I mean, what he was saying, like, that defense, especially when he was like, when they had James Harrison too, man, like, God, that was a fucking damn, that was
the real curtain.
Yeah, man. Damn.
It was exciting to watch.
Do you know who James Harrison is, Dave?
Not a clue.
Dude, if you look up James Harrison, bad motherfucker. He plays
like volleyball with like these huge balls, dude, and he throws them up, dude. He's like super strong.
Dude, he's probably, I mean, he's got to be in his mid 40s.
Yes. I know who you're talking about now,
dude. And he's still
what he just said. Just reminded me.
He still just throws around weight. Like, I mean, he's probably way slower on the quickness and shit. But dude, I still think he could come off the edge and play in the NFL now, dude. He could be like, when I see his videos of like what he's throwing around at his age, it's fucking crazy. Yeah, dude. That was I mean, there was them two were Jesus. Yeah. What a good years. Big Ben had 16, or was it was more than 16. I don't know. Franchise quarterback for 15, 16 seasons. It's been a good ride. It's been a good ride. I'm not acting like it's done. You're only 30. They're going to bounce back up, but I don't know if it's going to be this year.
Well, I don't know, Kenny. You know, do you see that juke move that he pulled? You know.
I mean, I think Mike Tomlin is an underrated coach, and I think they'll be. I mean, shit, they almost made the playoffs the other 2 years ago when they fucking had their third string.
Yeah.
I mean, they were down to. So, I think they're not. I mean, in my opinion, the division is. I mean, you know, they got Baltimore. They got Cleveland, they got Cincinnati.
Yeah.
The division's tough, but even that being said, I still think they'll surprise people. At least I don't know. I'm not saying they're going to make the playoffs or nothing, but I don't know, man. You might
Keep
not,
the faith, baby.
Yeah, man. I don't think
I'll watch every game and root every time.
He isn't going to. Mike Tomlin's not going to have you guys just pulling for the first pick like halfway through the season. I'll make that prediction. I'll say that.
So. Are you married, girlfriend?
No, I'm single life, baby. We're single life, you know.
Because I have to ask, how many females ask to touch your hair when you're
dude? No, I usually try and keep it up, dude. Like I'll keep it up. I'll keep a beanie on sometimes, you know.
Oh, okay.
Like my regular customers know, you know. But if I let the hair down, that means hello, you know.
Hello.
How you doing? You know, that's when you get that driver, you know. Right, I'll smack hands, dude. No, because a lot of girls they have like a boundary thing where they just go and touch.
Yeah.
Nah.
Like,
whoa,
no.
You know, whoa, you know, like no. Oh, don't. At least ask. You know what I mean? At least be courteous. You know what I mean? Like I get it. You're not gonna see hair like mine a lot. But it doesn't mean you can go touch. You know, I don't go touch your boob. You know what I mean? Like
exactly.
Like, don't just run up on me. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, see, no, that's a good point. That's a good point that you say, yeah, because because you at least they know because that's true. Because you being a not to get into the sexist thing, but you being a dude, you know, a lot of times they might not think it. They're just like, oh, I'll just touch his hair. He won't fucking care. But still, yeah. So yeah, man, that's good. That's good.
Maybe one person, cool, but like I'll get it a lot, dude. So I'm like, woo, you know, it's on the woo, you know, I'll just slap it, you know, like chill with that, yeah. Maybe on my second delivery, maybe, you know, maybe at least get to know my name, you know.
Dude, my wife is I mean, she's not working at the moment, obviously, but she does hair and shit, so she absolutely. She dove into your page there, man. Once she saw, because she was like, "Holy shit! Look at her." She was in love with the dude. I'm like, I'm looking at her. I'm like, I know. I wish I could help you, but I just I started shaving my head when I still had complete set of hair. I started shaving my head, so I always think of like it wouldn't have mattered. If I would have had to have got rid of it anyway, but for me, I don't think I could go. I mean, not that I could. I guess modern technology, Dave. I see you laughing. I could find shit to get the hairline back, but I don't even know. At this point, man, I think I'm just.
It's too late. I'm balling.
I'm just rocking, man.
On the ball team.
I'm following Bruce Willis and everybody else, man.
Time's up.
Yeah, but my wife's always said that. She's like, because ever since I started shaving my head, I was like, shit, man. I was still playing. So basically, how that happened, I played football in college, and before our pictures. I played for a D2 school here. There wasn't anybody you'd heard of, but we shaved we had a mohawk. A couple of us shaved our head in mohawks, and I was like, well, after we got the pictures taken, I was like, well, this looks fucking stupid. I'm not having a mohawk. So I shaved the mohawk off, and that was it, man. So I was like 19 or 20. So yeah,
have that picture?
I do not. I don't, man. I mean, you could try to Google it, but I don't know if even Google could dig that up, man. You'd have to find 2004 Fairmont State. Fuck, man. I don't even think Google could find that. It might.
Black and white, you know?
Yeah, right. if you could find a picture, it would probably be the group, like the team picture, and it wouldn't have looked good because there has been too many people. But yeah, I'll see if somebody. I'll have to ask a couple of my friends. I'm still friends with a few of them guys from I played with, so one of them may have a, because I had it for the night. I got fucking surprise. I got hammered that night. We partied. And I had it for the evening. So there might've been, but at that point, that was before everything really. Facebook wasn't even out yet at that point in 2000. Well, maybe 2004. Yeah. There was somebody took a picture. They took it on a fucking
Polaroid,
digital camera, disposable camera. Probably a disposable camera. Fuck. Oh shit.
So did you say 5 years driving?
5 years driving this year. Yeah, this year will be 5.
5 years driving. Have you had any helpers for the holidays?
I've had all good ones, actually. I haven't had a bad helper. I've had some cool helpers.
Okay.
Nice.
One of my helpers is a driver now, thanks to COVID. Like, he jumped up quick. He got in and now he's a driver. I'm like, wow.
That's awesome.
That's the turn I've seen right there.
That's awesome. I guess I have to move out to California to get a good helper.
Now I had good ones.
Yeah, I'm getting lucky. I see the bad ones. I I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. Yeah. But I was a helper, and my driver, he would buy his lunch on Fridays. Legit, he would deliver the stuff on the driver's side. He was pretty cool. He would always whip the U-turn for me, go down the, you know what I mean? Like, he would legit look out for me. And then when I got my next driver, he had me, I was the gopher. Go there, you know?
Yeah.
And then I realized how cool my first driver was, you know? Like, oh, dang.
Right.
Like, that guy took care of me. He bought me food, you know what I mean? And I ran. Back then, I was a runner. I didn't care. I was trying to be fit, you know?
Right.
And so I tell my helpers, like, hey, I got lunch. You know, I know what you're making, though. I got us lunch. I ain't trying to put on the credit card. Don't even trip. You know what I mean? Because I am taking my lunch and I'm going to eat, especially now if they're forcing us. You know what I mean? Right. Like, we're going to take the lunch and we're going to eat. Don't worry.
Of course.
But stay with me all day, man. I need you all day, yo.
That's what, when you've done it, because that's how I was a helper for, you know, for some Christmases as well. And yeah, man, once you see how the driver, like I've called him Disgruntled Doug on this podcast so many times, but he was a really good dude. He's retired now, but he's just disgruntled. He couldn't debate that. He was grouchy with delivering some shit sometimes. He would admit that, but he was a good, like, always had lunch, always had, you know, always was, he would deliver shit on his side. But this motherfucker, he was one of them dudes that just, he got his hips replaced, or got both hips replaced. But the one hip replacement he waited till after peak. And I'm just watching him on the other side. He's like, you get that one, I'll go over and get this one. And he's just wobbling on over there. And I'm like, dude, get in the fucking truck, man. Yeah, I did. Stay in the fucking truck, man. I got this one. Yeah, but anyways, yeah, yeah, when you've done it, I think that's, if you're cool, if they see you're cool and you're not going to be an asshole, you take care of them for the most part. I don't know. I guess you get in Dave's case, I've had a couple bad ones too, but I was spoiled. I've said my first helper I ever had was a college basketball player transferring schools. Came back home, dude. I was throwing oops to him in cul-de-sacs, and he was dunking, and kids were going crazy. That was the first helper I ever had. That's like, yeah, like I had that dude, and he was a worker, and like wasn't like he was not. I mean, obviously was an athlete, and yeah, that was the first helper I ever had, and it slowly went downhill after that, but I had some good ones for a few years after. Then I haven't had one for a few years now because of with COVID. But even my last year before COVID, I had a route that basically I basically helped the neighboring route beside me every night, and I was in like a van, and I haven't really had I had a helper for 2 days this year because I fucked up my back the first time I went back to box. I went back to box for the first time in like 10 years. And wasn't I've gotten way better at it now, but at that day one was rough. So yeah, I actually had a helper. I did have a helper for 2 days. I did break the 3-year 3-year stretch.
And like my trend with them is just absolutely terrible. I mean,
Dave leaves them fucking high and dry.
I've left one on the side of the road once. I just drove off. I just left them.
But see, but Dave didn't. But you also not to say you would do that every time, but you also didn't, because you didn't work part time very long. Now his dad, I mean, he knew you understood what EPS was, obviously, because his dad was a driver. But you weren't a part timer. Like you weren't actually ever a helper, were you? Other than with your dad, right?
Right.
So, yeah. So that I think
so, but it's just like, and then it's like
you didn't have the experience of it either. I'll give you that. I'm trying to give you excuses here.
No, I don't need any fucking excuses, because it's like even with like, I don't know if like the people they give me, they're expecting to be on like a city route or something like that, just easy shit. So literally step out the car and you're right there. But my route being all rural and in the woods and long driveways and like all that stuff, sometimes you got to walk. And the other lady told me to drop her off at the gas station in town. She's like, I'm done. Drop me off. Can you drop me off at the gas station in town? I was like, all right, woman, whatever. So
that was the one, but you weren't. Dave, you were coaxing her, right? You were like, this isn't for everybody. You might want to, if you don't want to do it, if you don't want to do it, you shouldn't have to. It's really hard. Yeah, so at least you got better. You got better.
Yeah, I got better. I didn't just leave her like I did the first one. Anyways.
But they wouldn't let us, like when you said earlier about working both shifts and being a helper, they wouldn't let us, like they let us do, I would preload and then I would go help for as long as I could. But I mean, at that point, they didn't restrict us on helper hours. So at that time, it might be different now, but once you got over 40 hours, it was combined with your time in the building and being a helper, you would get time and a half
at your building rate.
Yeah,
that's what I get. That's what I get.
Yeah, man. So if it's probably different now, I would say. I'm sure they've changed that. But yeah, that was always like, because that was a big being doing that, because whatever part-time job I was doing at the time, I was like, all right, I'm done for a few months. I'll be back in January. Yeah. Because I knew.
They did, because there was one year when I helped where the helper made top scale because it was after January, and then they switched it up. But there was a year where I helped where I was making more as a helper than my cover driver.
No shit.
Yeah. So that's why the cover setting now is after January. Because any helper because I had the Browns. That was when we had to wear the Browns too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so I had the Browns still, and I just forgot to turn them in. And so they're like, any helpers out there? It's already January, and we need helpers. And then every hour that I worked that week was at top scale. Woo. It was pretty cool. Oh, I was like, you know what I mean? At part-time wage, you're like, hey,
dude, that's awesome.
Hey. First round on me, fellas. Right after.
There you go.
Oh man! So did the cover driver? Did they realize that you were making more than them being a helper?
Yeah.
Oh, that's even better.
He came in and told me and said, make sure you check the check, because they're, all the hours you work this week should be at top scale. And he was my first driver, so it was cool.
Wow. That was awesome.
Back,
That's awesome.
But yeah, they changed that real quick.
I think now that you say that, I remember
there was until December, and then after January it was done.
So I do remember a few times that I would go be at because I wasn't technically able to drive, but if they needed because normally supervisors aren't supposed to cover routes, but if they're I think it was if you were shorthanded enough or had that many call offs, whatever it was. I went out. Yeah, and I went to, so basically they would drive. I had a supervisor that drove, but I was a helper, and I got like, so he didn't touch a box, but I got paid driver wage for being a helper. So I guess that, I mean, that, like I said, dude, that was a long fucking time ago. That was, that's 10, and there's shit.
Yeah. 10,
so like
10
you said,
ago.
so if that's why they changed that then. So, because that'd be like, oh yeah, we can't be paying these guys that much money. What the fuck are we doing?
That's a lot of money. Dude.
Yeah, they're like, wait, these dudes are still preloaders. They're helpers. Fuck no, we're not giving them that. Yeah, they were probably ashamed of themselves. They didn't catch that earlier.
Little loophole. I was stoked. That was a cool week right there. That was a nice week.
I'm sure, man. Yeah.
So, Luke, do you have anything else for Jeremy? I think pretty much wrap it up here.
I was, I plugged in. I wanted, I had to plug in and talk about Troy Polamalu a little bit, but no, other than that, I think we covered. Yeah, I think I'm good, brother.
Awesome. Jeremy, do you have any questions for us?
I saw actually, I think it was like a week ago or 2 weeks ago, because we were trying to like link for a little while now. And everything was happening. Mm-hmm. But you posted this on the Instagram. It was like, have you ever been a hero? You know what I mean? Like on route or something like that. I forgot what the question was, but I was like, recently, I just I was on route, right? Year one, my first year, and I actually witnessed a murder, right? And this dude. So I just want to touch on it because we actually just got this guy first degree murder. Fuck this dude for life. Like, you know what I mean? Wow, yeah, I just want to touch on it real quick. You know what I mean? But
go ahead, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
Basically, so I used to do this apartment complex, and basically I haven't said anything either. So I'm just gonna drop it. We're gonna drop it here. I'm gonna drop it with you guys.
Let's go.
It's one of those apartment complexes where you got to dolly everything. You know what I mean? You're just not going to be able to drive in it. You're going to dolly everything. Right. And what's crazy is the stop right before I stepped in something sticky. You know what I mean? And they say, like, if you step in something sticky, that's actually good luck. You know what I mean? Like, because you don't try and step in it. You know what I mean? Right. It's like you just step in it. So I was over here like, oh, fuck. I stepped in something sticky. And I delivered 1 out of 2 packages, right? I had 5. 1 out of 2 packages. I go back in my truck. My foot's sticky. I get a little frustrated. I'm like, whatever. I'm not even going to look for this package number 2. I'm going to leave and go to the next apartment. I leave. I load up my dolly for the second apartment. And when I'm walking through the apartment complex, this girl, she's walking towards me. Rest in peace. Her name is Devin Rideout. And so she's walking towards me. And so I get off of the sidewalk because I have the whole dolly, and stacked. Yeah. And then she's walking her dog and she goes, excuse me, like nice and courteous, and I was like, oh, what a nice lady, and excuse me, my bad. Excuse me, Right. And so she probably gets about 10, 15, maybe 10, 15 steps behind me. And I hear some gunshots go off. Right. And then I hear somebody scream, a female scream. And so I take the dolly and I book it. I took off into the apartment. Yeah. And when I look back, I seen her puppy run. So I seen her puppy run. I run. I'm hiding in this like next apartment building, and like some cholo Mexican guy pops up, like a worker pops up. People start popping their heads out, and I'm like, hey, you know what I mean? Like, right now, we got to go back. Like, I know who got shot. Like, let's fucking fuck it, dude. Hey, let's go. Like, are you down to go back? And then the worker, he was like, nah, let's stay here. And I was like, nah, like we can get him. If he's gonna reload, he's reloading now. We can take him. We can take him right now. And the cholo Mexican dude, he's like, I could see that he was thinking, but he didn't want to do it, And I was like, I'll go first. Let's go. And so when I took off running back, he followed me, and then the worker followed me, right? And so we run back, and I told him like, I'm bigger than you guys, so if I get it, I'll fucking hit this fool, 100 miles an hour. But if, you don't let me go down by my, you know what I mean? Make sure, you know what I mean? Like if I don't know what's around the corner, but make sure. And so when we hit the corner, there's this dude, right? And he's standing there and he kind of has his hands out like, yeah, get away. Everybody get away. And he's arguing with two other people that are on top of this stairway. I hit the fuck out of the way. So I went around him, and the girl, she's laying there, face down, and she's still breathing though, So I picked her hand up, and her hand, she had the dog biscuit, bro, like tight, and she was still breathing. So I mean, I don't know nothing about like CPR or nothing like that. I was like, hey, like stay with us. You're good. You're gonna be fine. You're gonna be fine. And she has four holes in her back. He shot her in the back. And so I'm like, hey, you're gonna be fine. And the police station is down the street. So the police are coming. We can hear the sirens coming. Mm-hmm. And then this whole time, this dude's like, there's a trespasser. He kept saying there's a trespasser. And he was arguing with this other lady up on top of the stairways. And I was like, someone call the fucking police. What the fuck you guys, you know what I mean? Like call the police. Yeah.
Right.
And then I leave her there and I run to the street because I heard the sirens coming. And so the cop was going too fast. He couldn't see me. So I missed the first deputy. I turned around, run back. And when I got back to her, her hair parted, right? And I saw that she got shot in the head. And so I was like, fuck, you know what I mean? Like, Yeah. And so her breathing started to slow, So I'm like, hey, it's all right. I'm right here. You know what I mean? I don't know if she heard me, but I was trying to comfort her the best I could. My hand on her back. And then I heard the sirens again, right? So then I ran back out to the street. This time I used to be a traffic controller, so I was like, fuck it. I could beat the car, he could see me. I beat the car. I was like, we need a fucking ambulance. Like everybody, come on, like we need everybody. Like she's still breathing. And we get back in the apartment complex, and the dude that was standing downstairs, he goes, I shot her. She was trespassing. That's what he tells the first deputy that walks in. I shot her. He straight missed it. And the revolver's he had a 38. It was on the ground. I was like, well, I didn't even see it, I was like too worried about her. But she ended up not making it, And I told the officer, like, fuck this dude. I don't give a fuck what we got to do. Sign me up. You know what I mean? I don't care. Like, hell no. Nah. And then I ended up meeting up with her family, the girl who passed away, and met her dude, her boyfriend. I think it was her husband. I'm not sure. But her dad, her mom. And I told him, like, I don't give a fuck. I want this fool. I don't want no detention center for this fool. I want a prison, no parole. And this is my first year driving. It was 4 years ago. COVID and stuff happened. We postponed all the trial. And literally, I want to say 2 weeks ago, we got that full first degree murder. I went and testified. I didn't care. Got him first degree murder. But what's crazy is that he had like a rest in peace. He wrote rest in peace on his coolant reservoir. And he had 3 names on it. And one of the names was hers. The top name was hers. And we didn't know who the other person's names were. But I just wanted to bring that up, first, you know what I mean? Just to, fuck that dude forever. But just to be careful, guys, you know what I mean? Because shit can go wrong on our job at any time, you know what I mean? Like any second, like, and if there is that. And when you drop that, I was like, damn, I want to comment on here, but I'm gonna wait and tell you guys. You know what I mean? I think I'll wait on this. I'll let you guys know.
Yeah, I'm glad you did, because that would be hard to like put into words in a comment too. Like everything. Yeah. Like I'm so glad that he got so. Is it that life no parole then? Is that what he got, or
that's what he got?
Nice. So that so if that's what I was trying to like, if it's an apartment complex. Well, how the fuck would this guy even? How was he even? Well, when he said trespassing,
he was the upstairs neighbor, is what he was. I forgot that detail.
But
yeah, it didn't make sense.
That doesn't. Yeah, man, that's fucking. I'm glad they got him and he didn't get out of some bullshit. Yeah, because that didn't. Fuck, man, dude. I and that's awesome that you went that you stepped up to go back to look at. I'm so sorry that she didn't. It sucks that how that happened. She didn't make it. But dude, That is fucking heroic. So I'm so glad that you waited to tell us that, because I'm glad that it ended with him getting arrested and getting imprisoned. Yes.
Yeah.
So her family can have closure with that and everything. And it doesn't bring her back, but it's still glad, you see a lot of cases. I was a criminal. I graduated. I mean, obviously I didn't use my degree because I'm a driver, but I graduated with a criminal justice degree, and I did a fucking shit ton of court cases, just reports, study. I mean, I have a bunch. I could even, just last names that are burned into my brain. But yeah, it's so many, a lot of times, man, sometimes people can slip through. So I'm glad that bullshit, nothing happened, and he got what he deserved.
Absolutely. And I also, want to thank you for sharing that too. I mean, I can see the expression on your face that it's not easy, because I mean, knowing, I guess, that, you were the last person that she had that communication with. And fuck, man, I couldn't imagine. And like Luke said too, the heroic by you, man, was, yeah, definitely.
It is, man. That's a tough. I know it's got to be a tough one to relive, dude. For sure.
Yes. And like you said too, you just never know. I mean, you hear the situations. I mean, we've seen the things that have happened with drivers in the past 5 years now, so many different instances. And where, what was it, last year when that plane fell out of the sky and
that was in our district. Yeah.
Oh
Was
shit, that
really?
wasn't. Yeah, that's right. That wasn't San Diego.
Oh fuck.
That's right.
Yeah, man.
Damn. Did you know that driver?
Nah, I didn't know that. He was in another building.
Okay.
Just like 4 buildings in Dago. So
fucking crazy.
But it's crazy, dude, and it can happen, and because I mean, you'll see the memorials and stuff, but like, who's in the hood more than us? Nobody. You know what I mean? Who's in the neighborhood? You know what I mean? Like, we're in there every day. We're in, you know what I mean? These crazy areas all the time.
It's true.
So just be careful, guys. You know what I mean? Like, we all know the job, but sometimes at your light, just stay there. Just stay for those milliseconds, because it's those seconds that add up, and it could literally legit. When you step in something to next week, if you step in something, think about, you know what? It ain't that bad. You know what I mean? Like, wipe that off a little bit. You know what I mean? Because
that's it.
That could, if I didn't step in that, I would have been in the wrong spot at the wrong time. You know what I mean?
Right.
Or we know, maybe, I don't know. You can't play the double-edged sword there. You know what I mean? Because if buts, whatever, but at the same time, like, who knows?
Totally. So, Jeremy, thank you for coming on, buddy, and I'm so glad we were able to get this
thank you guys
worked out.
Absolutely.
Don't go anywhere yet. Let's say goodbye off air. And guys, like we all know, don't forget your most important stop. Everybody be safe out there. All right, and we will see you guys next week.
Later, everybody.
Later, guys.